strikes. Start as you mean to go on.
But this is the danger of the top two guys, and that nuclear weapon that is.
Whoa, hello, goodbye.
Score!
In the back of the net.
And shoots, score!
Of Serie A action. We'll bring you so much of it here on DAZN.
Magnificent. That is tremendous.
Catching up on any NFL game is easier than ever before.
Going deep for it all. Devontae Smith. He has got it. Touchdown.
Your Eagles are world champions again.
DAZN is the home of boxing.
Really spurs you on, gets you going.
Let's make history. Pure power. There's no way back from this, surely.
The following programme is recommended for those 16 and over, as it contains sporting violence, possible bad language, and flashing imagery.
This is the moment the world has been waiting for. The judges are ready, the fighters are ready, the boxing world is ready. The fight starts now! Let's go.
How do you like it? On the show.
So aggressive, so focused.
It all comes down to this. Weigh in live on DAZN.
Well, a very good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Fight Week in Birmingham. Of course, tomorrow night, the main event, the long-awaited, eagerly anticipated official matchroom debut of Olympic silver medalist Ben Whittaker, who faces Germany's Benjamin Gavazi in the main event, live exclusively on DAZN, the WBC silver light heavyweight title, the prize in that one. Now, listen, as is customary with the weigh-in, this is typically the point in time where I would throw over to our resident MC, Mr. David Diamante. However, Thanksgiving, busy airports, flights delayed, flights cancelled. Unfortunately, you're stuck with me on my own for the duration of the programme. So without further ado, 7 fights then to make official here this afternoon in Birmingham. Firstly, to the stage, Angel Gomez. And his opponent, trained by Jamie Moore, 4-0, Alfie Middlemiss. Fighters, to the scales. $132.9 for Gomez, 129.9 for Alfie Middlemiss. Fighters face off. First six-rounder this then for young Alfie Middlemiss, 4-0. Looked fairly faultless so far. One of the most promising young fighters in the Jamie Moore gym. Many great fighters alongside him, the likes of Pat Brown, Conor Walker, Dave Allen. Alfie says he's learning more and more each and every day in the gym, but this one kicks things off. 5:15 p.m, Matchroom and DAZN YouTube channels. Tomorrow evening here in Birmingham, 6 rounds in the super featherweight division. The weigh-in continues then, and what a fight this is. Firstly to the stage, the former British champion from Chingford, Liam Dillon. And his opponent, the former Commonwealth and European champion from Manchester, Zelfa Barrett. Fighters, to the scales. $137.9 for Dillon, 136.6 for Brown Flash, Zelfa Barrett. Fighters, face off. Up in a new weight division now, Zelfa Barrett looks in great condition. Targeting the big names up at lightweight. Says he learnt a lot about himself mentally and physically after that defeat to Jazza Dickens, but Liam Dillon, rough, rugged, former British champion. Saw him in that classic in the capital with Reece Bellotti. Never in a dull affair. Second fight on the prelims, this one. Must win. for Zelfa Barrett, if he is, as I say, to target those big names in the lightweight division next year. Okay, the weigh-in does roll on then, concluding the prelims tomorrow night. The first title fight of the evening, 10 rounds for the vacant Midlands area super featherweight title. Firstly, to the stage, the Alchemist from Birmingham, Nico Obeidi. And his opponent, 9-0 with 4 knockouts, also from Birmingham, Ibrahim Spider Suleiman. Fighters, to the scales. $129 bang on for Obeidi and 129.5 for Ibrahim Spider Suleiman. Fighters, face off. First 10-rounder, first title fight then for Ibrahim Spider Suleiman. Local derby, this one. Hearing from Nico Obeidi all week. Bang up for this. Huge opportunity for him as well on the big stage against one of Matchroom's brightest stars. Ten rounds then for the Midlands area super featherweight title, Ibrahim Spider Suleiman, the Alchemist, Nico Obeidi. Tomorrow night concluding the prelims, Matchroom and DAZN YouTube channels, ring walks expected for that one just after 6:15, and that will lead us in nicely to the first fight on the DAZN broadcast from the usual time of 7 p.m. Firstly, to the stage, please welcome Ebony Cotton and her opponent from Liverpool, 1-0 with 1 knockout, Meatball, Molly McCann. Fighters, to the scales. $120.9 for Cotton, 121.9 for Meatball, Molly McCann. Tomorrow night live on DAZN. Fighters, face off. Six rounds, this one in the super bantamweight division. Ebony Cotton says this is her sport. Meatball Molly McCann looked pretty good on her professional boxing debut in Belfast back in September. Look forward to that one, opening the broadcast at 7 p.m. tomorrow night, and that will lead us into another title contest, 10 rounds for the Midlands area middleweight title, another local derby. Firstly, to the stage, Tom Cowling. And his opponent from Coventry, 7-0 with 5 knockouts, Aaron Bowen. Fighters, to the scales. $159.9 for Cowling and 159 bang on for Aaron Bowen. We have a fight. Fighters, face off. Sold just shy of 700 tickets for this one tomorrow. A massive occasion for him. Also his first 10-rounder, first title opportunity. Second attempt at the belt for Cowling. Second fight on the DAZN broadcast tomorrow night, live on DAZN. Midlands area middleweight title at £160. The prize for this one. Aaron Bowen saying in the build-up, this could well be fight of the night, and we make him right. Don't blink in this one. Tomorrow evening from the NEC here in Birmingham, expecting some atmosphere as well. And that will lead us in nicely to the chief support. It is the rematch, 10 rounds for the WBO Intercontinental Lightweight title. Firstly, to the stage from Treharris, Wales, the former Welsh, British, Commonwealth and European champion, the Merthyr Mexican, Gavin Gwynn. And his opponent across the stage, trained by Ben Davison from Blythe, 9-0 with 4 knockouts, Cameron the One, Vong. Fighters to the scales. $134.5 for Gavin Gwynn, 134.9 for Vong. We have a fight. Fighters face off. Time to put the controversy to bed then. 1 day shy of the 1-year anniversary from the first contest here in Birmingham. A fight many believe Gavin Gwynn had done enough to win. Cameron Vong believes he is a different person now. And he looks to rubber stamp his victory over Gavin Gwynn tomorrow night. Your chief support live on DAZN. Repeat or revenge? Cameron Vong, Gavin Gwynn, 10 rounds for the WBO Intercontinental Lightweight title. Chief support tomorrow night, live only on DAZN from Birmingham. And of course, after the chief support comes the main event, the main attraction. Tomorrow night, live on DAZN, 10 rounds for the WBC Silver Light Heavyweight title. Firstly, from Landau, Germany, 19-1 with 13 knockouts. Please welcome to the stage, Benjamin Gavazi. And his opponent, the surgeon making his official matchroom debut, Olympic silver medalist, Ben Whittaker. Fighters to the scales. $174.5 for Gavazi, 174.8 for Ben Whittaker. Your main event tomorrow night, fighters face off. The matchroom debut of the surgeon, Ben Whittaker, with his trainer, former world champion Andy Lee. Benjamin Gavazi says he doesn't see anything special, just an ordinary man in front of him. Ben Whittaker predicting fun, predicting fireworks tomorrow night in the main event. Live exclusively on DAZN under the matchroom banner for the first time. I will make my way over here to Ben and see if we can grab a quick word with him just finally as well. Ben, weight made, big moment for you, the matchroom debut live on DAZN. How are you feeling?
I'm looking good, aren't I? You know what I mean? It's hard to look this good. The work's been good. I've worked out in Ireland. I'm feeling good. I'm ready to put on a show now. We knew this time was going to come, me coming over to matchroom. Now it's showtime.
You've had a bit of a target on your back, Ben, ever since you turned professional, but you said that's what you asked for when you box and you fight and you carry on the way you do. Benjamin Gavazi says he only sees something ordinary. What have you made of his energy this week?
It's good energy. It's the energy you need. He's coming to fight. He's not no idiot. But I'm going to turn up and show why I'm the surgeon.
What do you demand from yourself in that ring tomorrow night, Ben Whittaker, in the main event?
Perfection. I'm a perfectionist. I'm going to go in there, break him down, and look good while doing it.
A final message to these fans. What's your promise to them as well, just finally?
Make sure you tune in. You don't want to miss it. The man yesterday said they got a Black Friday discount, so make sure you get it.
Ben Whittaker, ladies and gentlemen, Ben, wish you the best of luck in the main event tomorrow night. Here is just a final reminder of what is coming your way tomorrow night then from the NEC here in Birmingham. 5:15 p.m. before the bell, the prelims. Some good fights to look forward to tomorrow night from here at the NEC. Felt like I was waiting for an eternity for that fight card to come up. Ibrahim Spider Suleiman concludes the prelims, of course, First title fight, first 10-rounder for him against Nico O'Bailey. Zelfa Barrett targeting the big names at lightweight. In his way, though, the rough and tough Liam Dillon. The opening proceedings, 5:15 p.m. Alfie Middle Miss continues his young professional journey. We then cross live to the DAZN broadcast at the usual time of 7 p.m. Professional fight number 2 in a boxing ring for Meatball Molly McCann. She faces Ebony Cotton, who's had a little bit to say in the build-up. Look forward to this one as well, the Midlands area middleweight title. Barrel loads of tickets sold between Aaron Bowen, as we said, sold just shy of 700 tickets for this one, his first title fight against Tom Cowlin. The chief supporter is the rematch, just 1 day shy of the 1-year anniversary back here in Birmingham. Cameron Vong and Gavin Gwynn do it all over again before, of course, the main event. The surgeon Ben Whittaker, the Matchroom debut for the Olympic silver medalist. He faces Benjamin Gavazi for the WBC silver light heavyweight title. Very happy to say joining me in the studio is Matchroom CEO Mr. Frank Smith and former WBC World Cruiserweight King Mr. Tony Bellew. Frank, quick one to you. I've done a few things at Matchroom, hoovered a few stages, made a few cups of tea, never done an MC. What did you think?
You won't be back. You won't be back. You don't worry, because you're very good at this. But that will fortunately be the last time. And if you do have to do it again, at least come up with some kind of catchphrase. Where was the "Let's get ready to rumble"?
I didn't want to get in trouble.
Michael, if I get in trouble for saying that, I apologise. Where was
it's showtime.
The fight starts now, it's showtime? Where was it?
I didn't want to get in trouble, Frank.
It's all right. It's all right. I would have got you out of it.
I tried my best. Tony, great to see you as well. Look, first question is about Ben Whittaker. Eddie was desperate to sign him. He was over the moon when he finally did. Why do you believe that is?
He's one of the brightest prospects in the world. You don't win Olympic silver medals without having unbelievable amounts of ability, talent, sacrifice, perseverance, dedication. He ticks all them boxes. So, listen, he's got to show it tomorrow night. He looks absolutely in fantastic shape. He's got a brilliant coach as part of his team now in Andy Lee. And I know he's had a couple of different coaches, but I think he's navigated his way quite slowly into the professional ranks. But he's at the stage now where the fights will come thick and fast for him. You know, this is not going to be a long, drawn-out process like it was before. This is not going to be 10 fights over 3 years. We're going to look to push him, and the team is going to want to move him fast, because why take him slow? He's good enough. So, you know, I don't see why there's any reason to hold him back. He has all the ability and talent in the world, and I can't wait to see him get started tomorrow.
If you're Benjamin Gavazi, the man in the opposite corner, he showed no fear in the build-up. What does his mindset have to be heading into this tomorrow?
Well, listen, he has to draw up on the slight, you know, mishaps that he's had so far in Ben Whittaker. He's got to look at the likes of the Liam Cameron fight. He's got to look at what was going right, what was going wrong for him in that first fight. There's not much to draw from the rematch because he was punch perfect. He was on point, he was sharp, he was quick. But he's got to look. Every fighter has faults. Every fighter makes mistakes, and he's got to draw upon them. But it's so hard to do because Ben is so hard to hit. He's elusive. He's powerful. He's the full package. He really is, and he's not shy of telling us. So he's going to have to beat that confidence out of him, and he's going to have to try and grind him down. But it's much easier for me to say from this kind of place than it is in that boxing ring, and he's going to find that out tomorrow.
Frank, for you, it seems in the modern day, to attract the attention of yourself and Eddie Hearn, boxing ability isn't just necessarily enough. In terms of boxes, how easy does Ben Whittaker make your job in terms of the ones he ticks?
Very easy. That's why every promoter around the world wanted to sign Ben when the opportunity arose. You know, it wasn't just us. Everyone wanted to get Ben Whittaker's signature because, you know, it's great being a special fighter, of course it is. There's a lot of special fighters out there, but you have to have that added mix to it. You have to have the presence. You have to have the confidence. That's everything Ben has, you know, and you have to be divisive. You know, not everyone's going to love you. That's the truth. You know, and but people have got an opinion on you. People are going to want to watch you. And this guy in Ben Whittaker is so special. And we can't wait to see over the next, you know, over the next year alone. We're going to have 4 fights up until the end of 2026. Activity, momentum is going to be key for him, and I think that's what he's been missing up until this point of his career. And you're going to see so many improvements from him during that period.
Just shy of the year anniversary, Tony, from Cameron Vong and Gavin Gwynn, the first fight in Birmingham. Bit of controversy. When you look back at that first fight, you look at what's happened since, new training team with Ben Davison for Cameron Vong. Who do you make the favourite tomorrow night?
It's a really good fight. Cameron Vong's got all the ability and all the talent in the world, but when you're coming up against, he's kind of a veteran now, Gavin Gwynn, and he gets stuck in. You know what you're going to get with Gwynn 100% of the time. With Cameron, you don't yet. because he hasn't shown us on a consistent basis over a long period of time. So he's going to have to get it right on Saturday night, and he better have, because Gavin, like I said before, you know what Gavin Gwynn's going to bring every time. You know, this is what we'll get from Ben Whittaker eventually. You're going to get a consistent performance because he's out on a regular basis, and this is the most important thing for these fighters, to be boxing regularly, and when you get your opportunity, take it with both hands, because if you don't, there's someone waiting behind you, and there's a long queue, there's a long list of great fights out there, like Frank touched on one before, and these guys have got to keep shining, but they've ultimately got to be busy.
He could have probably gone elsewhere, Frank Cameron Vong, at this stage of his career, but was there an element from him and the team about maybe proving a bit of a point here?
For sure, and he deserves a lot of credit at the early part of his career. What was he, 7 fights in, 8 fights in when he took the Gavin Gwynn fight?
7,
originally?
I believe, yeah.
7 fights in. He deserves a lot of credit for doing that, because a lot of people in his position wouldn't have done that. But I think for him it was always about proving people wrong. He knows how good he is. Gavin Gwynn put up an amazing fight that night, and he'll do the same tomorrow night. But Cameron Vong believes in himself, as do the people around him, as do we. But these are the things we want to see. We want to see people testing themselves. And fighters shouldn't be written off because they tested themselves and they didn't look great, or they didn't win, or the opponent deserved to get the win. It should be about testing yourself, putting yourself in those positions, out your comfort zone. And we're in for a great fight between those two tomorrow night.
A word on your friend, Tony Meatball, Molly McCann. Looked pretty good, didn't she, in Belfast? Got the stoppage. She's not in a mood to be patient here, but where do you believe this journey in a boxing ring can go?
I think she'll win a world title, and I think she could win a world title at multiple weight classes. An awful lot of boxing ability. The nerves should have passed now when she gets in the boxing ring. You can see she was apprehensive, nervous, and a little bit hesitant in that first one, but she'll come back and she'll be better again. The sky's the limit for her. It really is. And as I said, with the girls, they all want to face each other quite quickly, and you know, unification fights happen so much more frequently within the ladies regime, and I feel like she can fit in there quite well.
There was an Everton fan used to promote, actually, called Tony Bellew, who achieved his dream night at Goodison Park.
He boxed there, didn't he?
Well, Meatball Molly McCann says that she wants to go one better than Tony Bellew and win a world title at the new Hill Dickinson Stadium. Wow. Is that possible?
For sure. You know, look, and I don't know if Bellew would have sold that many tickets if it was, because it's a big place, isn't it, back then?
55,000.
I always say, you forget he became a Hollywood movie star, so we have to be careful now, you know, with the ego and everything. But look, Molly McCann's got the profile. She's built herself up, obviously, over the years in the UFC. I think she had 14 fights in the UFC. She's a brilliant character. And I think once she starts showing great performances, stepping up into those world title fights, she's going to have a big following. So, for sure, that'll be very interesting to us. We love doing it. We love big stadium shows.
Little comeback, Tony. Chief support for you on that one?
Never say never. We've all got a price, Jay. I've said it before. I'll say it again.
Oh, would you actually love to see that?
What, see Bellew back?
Yeah, I would.
Personally, I love him. He's like an old friend.
Against who? Well, go on.
Danny McIntosh, the rematch. Do you know what? I always tell a story about the first fight we promoted with Tony Bellew. It sold 1,000 tickets against Danny McIntosh. But then to see what he went on and do, you know?
Yep, it went all right in the end.
It ended all right, didn't it?
All worked out okay in the end.
Darren Till, are you mates or?
No, Danny's a good lad. Well, I don't need to fight any friends when I've got loads of people who can't stand me. So,
but as he said, everybody's got a price. Final one to you, Frank. A little message to the young fighters. Some big moments on this card. Ibrahim Spider Suleiman, Aaron Bowen, first 10-rounder, first title fights for them. What do you want to see from the young guns?
These are huge moments for them. Aaron Bowen, who you mentioned there, he sold 700 tickets. And if you can carry on that path, I said to him, I sat down earlier, he'll be headlining a show mid-next year as well on his own. When you're doing those kind of numbers, when you're delivering performances like he does, he's always in an entertaining fight. That's what people want to see. Ibrahim Spider Suleiman, as you mentioned there as well. Great to see Zelva Barrett back out on the card. Alfie Middle miss out on the card. You know, it's a great night. It's a great night top to bottom, and I'm excited to see everyone shine.
Yep, great night of boxing to look forward to tomorrow night from here in Birmingham. 5:15 p.m. Matchroom and DAZN YouTube channels. 3 fights on the prelims. 7 p.m. live exclusively around the world. The global home of boxing right here on DAZN. From myself, Jamie Ward, Tony Bellew, Frank Smith. We'll see you tomorrow night.
For years, they hunted a myth, a master of evasion, a ghost in the shadows.
Keep it moving. Eyes ahead.
But those years were not exile. They were
contact, front.
Evolution. Enduring.
Advance.
Transcending.
Wait. Weapons up.
Into a higher form. And now, the ghost steps into the light, armed.